Hi guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance and investing usually, but in this video, I'll be talking about one of my other interests, which is Big Brother Naija. Now, season 5 of Big Brother Naija, tagged BBNaija Lockdown, has been on for a little over a month now, and it's been interesting to see how the different housemates have changed in that space of time. Some of them have gotten more aggressive, some of them have withdrawn into their shells and whatnot, and especially the women. It's been interesting to see how they've been reacting to the whole thing and how their strategies have changed. So in this video, we'll be looking at some of your female faves and how they've either changed for the better or changed for worse on this season of Big Brother Naija. Now guys, before I dive into it, please do me a small favor and like this video by clicking on the like button. I would really appreciate it. And if you're into personal finance videos, which is typically what I do on this channel, personal finance for young people, then please consider clicking on the subscribe button as well. Consider doing it right now too. Thanks so much guys. Now, if you're ready, if you're good to go, let's talk about some of your female faves in the Big Brother Naija Lockdown house. Lucy has to be the most improved housemate in that house based on odds of success, because from the beginning of this show, from week 1, lots of people both in the house and outside of the house wanted Lucy out because it seemed like her and Katrina were just being bossy bullies in that house. But miraculously, in week 2, Lucy won head of house and gained immunity, and she's never been in the bottom 4 ever since, which is really surprising for someone who said that she only just came to the Big Brother house just to see if it's what it looks like on TV, and she didn't really expect to get so far. For that kind of person to now be a strong contender on the show is very impressive. And I think Lucy's game or her strategy has changed as a result, because from the second eviction show, when she had that huge fight with Nengi, it seemed as if it dawned on her that she has fans outside who are voting for her and keeping her in the house, and so she can afford to take more risks and to be a little bit more loud and to say and do what she wants. And I think Lucy is doing just that with her remaining time in the Big Brother house. Tolani Baj. Tolani Baj at the beginning of the season seemed to be a bit passive about the whole thing and like she was just coasting along. But after being called out by Ebuka when he asked her, when are we going to see the real Tolani Baj? It seems as if, that sparked something in Talani and she started putting in more effort in the game. It was after that incident that she decided to now, make some moves on Prince, and which has now manifested in the relationship that they're in right now. A bit of a weird relationship according to a few of you guys on Twitter, but it is what it is. But Tolani's area where she really shines is the Saturday night parties. On Twitter, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter when those parties happen, but you should be. People keep on commenting about Tolani's vibe and how she just has a presence to her on the dance floor, and how a friend of mine even said that once the show is over, she's going to make lots of money from club appearances, because Tolani is just the kind of girl that you want to go clubbing with. She has such a vibe about her. And I think at the beginning of the show, it was a bit of a struggle for Tolani, and she felt a bit out of place, especially after that huge fight she had with Katrina in week 1. That was an epic fight. But I think ever since, she's gotten her mind in the game and she's changed her strategy, and she's been a bit interesting to watch in the Big Brother house. V has been interesting to watch mainly because of her relationship with Neo, a relationship that she initiated, by the way. And to be honest, I don't know what V's strengths are or what her strategy is. If you know, please let me know in the comment section below, because I have no idea. But what surprises me about V is how a lot of people don't seem to like her on social media. A lot of people keep on saying that she's two-faced and she can't be trusted. Someone even said once that the V stands for Venom. I really don't get it. V seems like a really sweet girl to me. I don't know what the issue is. Whether or not she'll make it to the final week of the show, I doubt it. I don't think she has a strong enough fan base to last till the final week. And depending on who she's up against, every time she's up for eviction, even Neo's fan base may not be able to save her, even if they rally around her to keep her in the game for Neo's sake. Question: what do you guys think about Neo and V? Do you think their relationship will last even outside of the house? I'm really curious to know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comment section below. Erica. Now talk about somebody with a massive fan base. Erica's fan base is humongous. I think she's one of the top 3 alpha females in the house, the other 2 being Lucy and Nengi. And Erica has had a fantastic first month in the Big Brother Naija house, from her romance with Kidwaya to her numerous makeout sessions, to her getting 2 strikes from Biggie, unfortunately, to her being head of house 1 week, to her having a couple of clashes with a few of the other female housemates, Erica has supplied entertainment and content steadily, and where she really shines is on Saturday nights. Just like Tolani Baj, her energy on that dance floor is unmatched. It's just that it's unfortunate that because of her 2 strikes, Erica has been toning things down so she doesn't get a 3rd strike. But regardless, I think Erica stands a very good chance of winning the show. What do you guys think? Do you think Erica could win the Big Brother Naija Lockdown Season 5? Let me know in the comment section below. Wathoni. Wathoni in week 1 is not the same Wathoni that we're seeing now on the show, because I really didn't expect much from Wathoni in the beginning, but man, was I wrong. I've never seen a female housemate in being entangled in so many controversies in the house as Wathoni has been. And I would have asked you guys, what do you think Wathoni's strategy is? But I'm sure people would say that her strategy is chasing man. Of which I don't know why people are always on Wathoni's case for chasing guys. I mean, you can't blame the girl for knowing how to make the first move. And when you make the first move, it's only natural that you get a few rejections along the way. Getting a few no's is part and parcel to making the first move. Every guy knows that. You get a few no's before you get a yes. But I digress. Wathoni and her strategy to remain in the house. Wathoni is clearly closer to the guys in the house than she is with the girls. I don't know. Wathoni's name, there was a point that Wathoni's name was just in everybody's mouth in that house. I don't know why, and she's a peace-loving girl. But I think her reason for wanting to be so desperately in a ship or in a relationship is to remain in the house, especially since the women don't particularly care for her or like her. She feels like maybe she's in a relationship, this is my thinking now, maybe she's in a relationship that the guys would try and she'd become one of the boys and they try and keep her in the house. I don't know if that strategy will work, because I think it's only a matter of time before Wathoni is booted out of the Big Brother Naija house. Nengi. Nengi's game has been quite interesting, even though it hasn't changed much from day one. Nengi just wants to look pretty, be unbothered, and live peaceably with all her fellow housemates. But unfortunately, Ozo seems to have inserted himself in the mix, and he's now following her everywhere, and she has to see how she can accommodate him in her strategy. She's actually kind of using their dynamic as an advantage, the whole will they, won't they kind of dynamic, which is, I guess, cool. But what's really interesting about Nengi to me is how her fans behave online. If you observe them, they kind of come off a bit aggressive, which really isn't how Nengi herself is, because typically people's fans on Big Brother tend to be a reflection of the character or the person in the house. But Nengi really isn't how, her fans kind of portray her to be online. I don't know if that makes sense, or if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a way and manner that they talk on social media, which isn't the way Nengi does things. And I feel when she comes out of the house, she'd be a bit surprised by the way her fans have been behaving. But anyway, she should carry on. She's doing well. And she's a joy to look at on the screen, especially when Ozo is nowhere nearby. But yeah, I think Nengi could really go far, and I peg her and Dorothy to be the final 2 women in the Big Brother house, and I think one of the 2 of them will actually win the show at the end of the day. Dorothy. Shout out to Dorothy for providing 2 of my favorite phrases this season on Big Brother Naija, which are "with my full chest" and "I'm all for that." I didn't expect Dorothy to be so fun and entertaining, and I really appreciate her and her dynamic, and she's just really pleasant to watch. When she came into the house in the beginning, I think her strategy, at least the first month, was to rely on this strong bond or partnership with Ozo. But unfortunately, Ozo's infatuation with Nengi kind of got in the way, and she just had to let him go and pursue the love of his life, Nengi, so that she could focus on her game. And I think she's a better housemate for it. I mean, it was so embarrassing the day that Ozo called a house meeting / press conference to tell everybody that his attention or his focus, his attraction really is towards Nengi, while Dora is just his friend. Humiliating. But anyway, thank God she's cut him loose, and this, ever after that, after the first month, basically, she's refocused, she's bonded with her other housemates, and she's doing quite well. And like I said, I think either her or Nengi will win. I think I tend or lean more towards Dora winning than Nengi. I don't know why. I think maybe because Dora seems more relatable, I guess. So that's it, guys. That's how I think the women in the Big Brother Naija Lockdown house have changed after roughly over a month in the Big Brother Naija house. What do you think? Who do you think changed for the better, and who do you think is going downhill and on her way out of the Big Brother Naija house? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and like this video by clicking on the thumbs up button, especially if you didn't do so earlier. I would really appreciate it if you liked the video, and feel free to subscribe to my channel as well, especially if you're into personal finance videos for young people, because that's what I do on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can feel free to check out a video I've done on the men in the Big Brother Naija Lockdown house as well, and how they've changed after 1 month in the house. And also, I want to apologize for the mistakes I made in the first impressions video I did on the housemates and their birthdays. I missed a few of their birthdays. Some of you called me out on that. I apologize, and I guess we all know their new or real birthdays now. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.